Humans have always looked up at the stars. We look up at the sky and wonder. We wonder about the sun and moon. Where did they come from? What do they mean? It is in our nature to tell stories. We invent answers to explain what we don't know. Long ago, people created gods and myths. These stories explained the world. They explained the sun and the moon. They explained life and death. Gods gave us answers. They also gave us comfort. The gods were powerful. They controlled nature. They were like us, but stronger. They had families. They had problems. They had adventures. The stories of the gods are ancient, but they are still relevant today. We see them in our books, movies, and art. The gods are a part of our culture. They remind us of the power of story. They remind us to keep asking questions. They remind us to never stop looking up. The Greeks gave us some of the most famous gods. They lived on Mount Olympus. Zeus was their leader. He controlled the sky. He threw lightning bolts. Hera was his wife. She was the goddess of marriage. Athena was the goddess of wisdom. She was also a fierce warrior. These gods were like a big dysfunctional family. They had affairs. They fought with each other. They had great powers, but they were also human. We still tell their stories today. We see them in movies and TV shows. The Olympics are named after Mount Olympus. Even the planets are named after Roman versions of the Greek gods. Their stories teach us about courage and wisdom. They teach us about love and loss. The Greek gods remind us that even gods have problems. The Norse gods were different from the Greeks. They were warriors. They lived in a cold, harsh world. Odin was the All-Father. He was the god of wisdom and magic. He gave up one of his eyes for knowledge. Thor was the god of thunder. He was strong and brave. He protected humans from giants. Loki was the trickster god. He was clever and mischievous. He caused trouble for the other gods. He was also very entertaining. Norse myths are full of adventure and excitement. They teach us about courage and strength. They teach us about the importance of family. These stories are popular again. We see them in movies and comic books. The Norse gods remind us that life is full of challenges. They remind us to be brave. The Egyptians believed in many gods. They had gods for everything. They had gods for the sun and the moon. They had gods for animals and plants. They had gods for life and death. Ra was the sun god. He was the most important god. He created the world. Anubis was the god of the dead. He helped souls on their journey to the afterlife. Isis was a powerful goddess. She was the goddess of magic and healing. She was also a devoted wife and mother. The Egyptians built huge temples. They built pyramids for their pharaohs. They believed in life after death. Their stories teach us about their culture. They teach us about their beliefs. We still visit their monuments today. We are still fascinated by their culture. The Egyptian gods remind us of the power of belief. They remind us of the mysteries of life and death.